Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the highlights, you've heard the rumors, but now it's time to get the real scoop. We pull back the curtain on the world of sports entertainment and give you the unfiltered truth. From the biggest pay-per-views to the latest shocking headlines, you're locked in for the ultimate wrestling discussion. This is Between the Ropes, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Now, here's your host, Kristie Wilson.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Between the Ropes. I'm your host. My name is Kristie Wilson, and yes, go Knights, go. Go Knicks, go. And by the way, thank you, Danhausen, for cursing both the San Antonio Spurs and the Carolina Hurricanes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get to the business at hand. I thought I'd give Danhausen a shout out because I don't want to get cursed by him. I don't. Your ticker, you can follow BTR, you can follow this network, and of course, subscribe, all that good stuff, and follow me too on X and Instagram and TikTok at Writing Cat, that sort of thing. So the next one, of course, you can follow this show, like I said, on social media at BTRETB. And the big one is, of course, youtube.com/ETB network. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on everything. And hello, KB. He goes, welcome to the Kristie Wilson Wrestling News Network, your home for wrestling news and laughs on a Saturday. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, but I got to do something first here. Sunday morning is for more than just coffee. That's definitely true. It's for the hottest takes and sharpest analysis in the game. Join Zan Bando for Zan Zingers Part 2 every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. We're moving past the box scores to find the real stories. From the heavy hitters in the UFC octagon to the hardwood of the NBA and the rising stars of the collegiate landscape. Whether it's a breakdown of the bad blood in a heated rivalry or the tactical clash of a championship matchup, Zan delivers the truth without a filter. Get your Sunday started with the insight you won't find anywhere else, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ETB. Now that I got that, now let's get to something big, or at least big enough. There we go. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I don't know what the heck is going on with this thing. I can hear it, don't get me wrong, but not the sound effect I wanted. Sorry about that. But something big. Absolutely. Absolutely. Woo, as Ric Flair said as I go to tell you your Clash in Italy review. Now, I didn't get every pick. Now, I only got one match incorrect, and that was Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Of course, Breaker won, but I think Seth got his lick back. And there is a possibility Breaker is hurt, but that's another topic for another day. I'm still waiting to see if there's any more information on this sort of thing. So, but Clash in Italy, out of all the matches, only one title changed hands, and it is the Women's Intercontinental title, Becky Lynch losing it to Sol Ruca. And ironically, Jessica Carr, the official in that match. So if this is leading to, and I don't know if Jessica Carr is a trained wrestler. If she is, if she can take a bump, that's great. That's absolutely great. I'm glad. I would love to see this happen because it seems like this is a story that's building up where Becky thinks she's just getting massively screwed over every time Jessica Carr is the official in her matches. And I'll get to Sol Ruca later on in the show because I think, in all honesty, and my next topic is tied into this one, which I will get to. But let's get to everything else. Tribal Combat was pretty darn good between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. I think they're just gonna. Roman now officially has, well, kind of almost. I think he's now officially got the month of June off. He will not be at Night of Champions. Cody is still your undisputed champion. It gave Gunther a rematch, and then if you watched SmackDown on last night, you know what happened afterwards. Yeah, if I'll give you one thing. If it looks like they're building a Cody versus Sammy feud, but they want to finish up with Gunther first, triple threat. I don't know when. Maybe Clash of Champions. I don't know. Or Night of Champions, actually. Night of Champions. That would make sense. But no, practically everything went accordingly. Sol Ruca winning the Women's Intercontinental title was great, I think. And like I said, I'll talk about Sol Ruca later on in the show. Like I said, I think that whole thing with Jessica Carr being the referee in the match, I think they need to do something about that because the crash outs are getting ridiculous. Becky's back crashing out on social media again saying her Italian vacation is ruined. Like, how can it be ruined? You got to sip espresso. You got to probably try limoncello. You probably got to try different, like, fettuccine Alfredo, authentic fettuccine Alfredo, made in Italy, pasta primavera, that sort of thing. Yes, KB, history, art, culture, spaghetti, and lasagna are the things that sponsor Clash in Italy. Don't forget pizza. Pizza. Italian authentic pizza, like margherita pizza, which is basil, tomatoes, mozzarella cheese. There's that, pepperoni, all that other good stuff. Like even the dessert tiramisu sponsored Clash in Italy. All right. But yeah, it looked pretty darn awesome. It had kind of a real pay-per-view feel to it. Like I said, one title change. I got the Breaker versus Rollins match incorrect, even though these two did face each other later on Raw. That's fine. We'll see. Now, I mentioned Becky Lynch and other things. This comes up to the one topic that I have, and I have to scroll down my list here real quick. There we go. And go over here. Yeah, well, wait. Let me change this a little bit. That's a little bit stupid. Get back here. Oh, you're not going to work? Okay, screw this. Screw it. I am not going to do it. Okay, it is, of course, I'm still going to do the topic. The photo I'm trying to post up wasn't going to do it for me. So it is the King and Queen of the Ring tournament brackets were announced. The whole thing's already gotten started. Raquel Rodriguez is one of the notable names that made it to the next round of the tournament. Of course, ends at Night of Champions. And although the Italian crowd was very hype, even a couple of fights in the crowd, hey, there you go. Italian wrestling fans are passionate. They are very passionate, KB. Very passionate. It's just like the French fans of Backlash 2024. I mean, so hype. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments were announced. Oh, now I'm blocking my face. Hold on. But yeah, looks like Becky Lynch might not have much time to deal with Jessica Carr because she's in the Queen of the Ring tournament probably for the first time, I think. And, I'm at least it's something that can keep, I don't know why this is doing this, but I am really annoyed right now. Oh, well. There we go. Well, I don't have to worry about it because I just pulled the photo up and I've got it, so. But yeah, we have the Queen of the Ring tournament. And Becky Lynch is in this said tournament because, it keeps her away from Jessica Carr. Do I think the feud with Sol Ruca is over? No. But the other people in this tournament, at least on the women's side, it's absolutely freaking confusing to me. Absolutely confusing. There are a couple of women I would not have put them in this tournament if I were doing the booking. I would not if I were doing the booking here. So I'm going to go on the women's side. I got the picture now on my phone because this thing's being ridiculous. But yeah, it's the Fatal 4-Way's already going through. Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, Sol Ruka, Lyra Valkyria, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Roxanne Perez. Roxanne made it. No, actually, Roxanne did not make it. Roxanne Perez, Io Sky, Julia, Lash Legend, Bayley, Raquel Rodriguez. I mentioned Raquel's in this. JC Jane, Kiana James. Now, this is the lazy as fuck booking of WWE comes into play here. Becky, here's the thing. Liv Morgan is the current WWE Women's Champion. What the fuck is she doing in this tournament? In fact, someone can actually say it way better than me. 10 times better than me. You know? Someone can actually, well...
Dumbass.
Yeah, and then Frank the Tank would probably be like this if he saw this bracket.
Godless fucking shit, most godless fucking godless fucking team!
Well, that too. Definitely that too. But... Here's the actual question Michael K. asks it best.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Why is Liv Morgan the current women's world champion in this tournament? And Sol Ruka is the new women's intercontinental champion. These two should not be in this tournament. No, absolutely not. If it was me, Liv Morgan would not be in this. I would be checking with Stephanie Vaquer to see if she's good, see if she's cleared from the shoulder injury, and I would put her in there. As for Sol, I would probably. I mean, I like Sol a lot, and like I keep saying, I will get to her later on in the show. I'd put Maxine Dupree in this tournament because if you were watching Raw on Monday on Netflix, Maxine had a bit of a gripe with Adam Pearce about the tournament and everything. So he did say if something came up, then she would definitely be the first person he would be calling to say, hey, can you step in? I mean, that would make sense. Liv, I get there's nothing for her and in particular Dominic Mysterio to do. Let's face it, the Judgment Day is absolute fucking trash. They need to die, like another faction that I will get to later on in the show. Who also need to die, by the way. But yeah, Queen of the Ring, 2 of these people in the tournament do not make sense. And apparently, this is what apparently WWE needs to do when it comes to booking.
Stay off the weed.
Mm-hmm. I swear to God, what the hell are you smoking back there, WWE? It doesn't make any sense. Now we're going to go to the King of the Ring tournament. Now this definitely is making sense. I mentioned, Dominic Mysterio when talking about Queen of the Ring in terms of him and Liv Morgan and them having nothing to do, blah, blah, blah. Dominic is in this tournament. But if living in this tournament, I mean, Tekla... No, you're kidding, KB. Oh my God. Side note, yeah, the Mercedes Moné is back. She was the wild card. Big whoop-de-doo. I think we had that all figured out, by the way. But back to the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. I'm on the guys. I'm here talking about the guys. Don't get any crazy-ass ideas. Okay, Penta, Obafemi, Solo Sikoa, Carmelo Hayes. I mentioned Dominic Mysterio in here. I've mentioned Braun Breaker before. He's in this one. Trick Williams, this doesn't make sense. I think anyone who's currently holding a belt, Penta is the current Intercontinental Champion. Trick Williams is the current United States Champion. I don't think, Damian Priest, I saw he was in this as well. He's one half of the current WWE Tag Team Champions with R-Truth. He should not have been in this either. This is lazy as fuck booking. Other people in here make sense, of course, besides, of course, Damian, Braun Breaker, Solo Sikoa, Obafemi, Carmelo Hayes. Others in this tournament that make sense to me: Seth Rollins, Javon Evans, Tama Tonga, Ricky Saints, main event Jey Uso, LA Knight, yeah, Royce Keys, formerly Powerhouse Hobbs, and Finn Balor. Now, I get that. I definitely get that. Rest in peace, Dom. Yes. Yes, the match with Oba should be no longer than 3 minutes. Just, I get to see it now, KB. Oba Femi hits Dominic with the fall from grace, and then 1, 2, 3, he struts his ass right out the ring. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely friggin' brilliant. But look, the tournament brackets, I mean, I don't honestly think these were well thought out at all. I mean, unlike the Owen Hart Cup tournament, that was very well thought out, very well organized by Tony Khan and everyone at AEW who put it all together. This is shitty, sloppy, you name it, and it ends at Night of Champions. That's when the King and Queen of the Ring is going to be determined. But like I said, sloppy ass, fucking bad booking, you name it. I don't need to say more about it. Now they got that taken care of, because if you follow the show on Instagram, I post an Instagram story. It's going to be a good show. Now, I mentioned AEW in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Well, something came up on that one. AEW, of course, has announced they're going to have a Survival of the Fittest tournament to determine the new TBS champion. Will be starting July 1st. If you don't know the story, Willow Nightingale was forced to relinquish the TBS title because of a shoulder injury she sustained in a match against Red Velvet. Oh. Yeah, I agree, KP. The King and Queen of the Ring, they rushed both tournaments. They rushed them. That's why I called them what I did. But yeah, we're getting another tournament, and it's going to be the Survival of the Fittest tournament to determine, like I said, new TBS champion July 1st. Willow Nightingale forced to vacate the TBS title due to a shoulder injury. And of course, she had to drop out of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. If you watched Dynamite on Wednesday, Mercedes Moné, it was the wild card and beat Alex Windsor. So I know there are people out there who want Athena to win Owen Hart Cup tournament with Mercedes in there. It's going to get interesting. Just put it that way. Survival of the Fittest. Okay. Now, the Ring of Honor did have a Survival of the Fittest match at Ring of ROH's Super Card of Honor for the Women's World Title. We know how that went. And if you watched the show where I reviewed Super Card of Honor, I was not happy with the end result. This, I hope, is a different one. So, do I think Zeta Steel should get another chance in the Survival of the Fittest match? Absolutely. Absolutely. She should definitely be in consideration. She's definitely getting more and more impressive every match she has, whether she's by herself or teaming with Viva Van. Yeah, she and Viva Van almost survived the 5-minute eliminator match challenge set by Divine Dominion. We know who's going to, if you're going to be watching AEW Collision tonight, by the way, shout out Anna J and Ty Mello. Ty J, go get them. Go get Megan Bain and Lena Cross, ladies. Win those AEW Women's Tag Team titles. I'm rooting for you. Definitely going to be rooting for Anna and Ty. But back to this. I like this idea. I did say I wanted an over the top rope battle royale to determine that, and also, like the song says, you can't always get what you want. I didn't get what I wanted, but I do like this idea. The first Survival of the Fittest match, I think people were very responsive to it. They really liked it with Ring of Honor, and I think Tony Khan saw that and decided to see if, give it a chance in AEW. So, just as a wild card, Persephone, hey, I'm all for it. It depends on how she and Hazuki do in their Owen Hart Cup tournament match. I think it's going to be on tonight, KB. So we'll see how that goes. But Persephone in there, hey, I'm all for it. Persephone, definitely someone I would definitely consider for a Survival of the Fittest match once this tournament's all done. I love the idea. So, KB, I love it. We're going to get to... I don't mean to laugh, but this I should have seen this coming. I did talk about TripleMania 34, AAA's big version of WrestleMania. What a kid. No, KB, no. I'll get to the Don Callis family later in the show, KB, and you will hear. I will bring if you see this comment come back up, In the last segment of the show, KB, you will know why. You'll know why. Here we go. No, AAA TripleMania 34. It had been announced. Mexico City is going to be night 2 on September 13th at Arena Mexico, and I will talk about Arena Mexico a little later, I think in my next topic. But night 1, that location had not been determined. I did throw some ideas out there. I highly doubt anyone was watching, not even the GM of AAA, Rey Mysterio. Why, Rey? You should have listened. You should have listened to me. But no, this actually is not a bad idea, actually, which is night 1 is going to take place at the Luxor, Las Vegas, September 11th for night 1. And, oh, God, I think it's going to be pretty cool in a place like that. And then you have an iconic venue in Arena Mexico for night 2 in Mexico City. I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, I absolutely love it. So,
Woo!
Yeah, there you go. That excitement will tell you all you need to know about that. Well, I'm more excited than oh my God. Yeah, but this is going to be cool. I mean, if you've been watching the AAA stuff with Corey Graves as the lead commentator along with Rey Mysterio and JBL, great job by these guys calling these AAA matches. They're so much fun, so exciting. Everything you see, I expect this to be amped up by a million by the time TripleMania 34 comes around September 11th and September 13th. I'm expecting it to be like top-notch, top-level. It's going to be insane. It's going to be crazy. And if you are a Lucha Libre fan, it doesn't matter if you watch either AAA or CMLL, I think you're going to have a blast. Now, I mentioned Arena Mexico. Another big thing in relation to this iconic venue in Mexico City is it's going to be the location for AEW Grand Slam in Mexico City on August 5th. This was announced today on AEW social media. This is going to be fun. And AEW getting to experience Arena Mexico like this. I mean, I'm sure if I remember watching the commercial for this, Bandito and Mystico were featuring this, and I'm sure this is going to, if they've never competed in this place before, this is probably like a dream come true for them. And the fact that they're part of a company that's going to allow them to achieve that is fucking awesome. Tony Khan, I love you, dude, and you're going to think you're crazy, but this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. And I just think you got to book this right. It's got to be right. I know it's going to be coming up shortly before AEW All In London on August 30th. So, yeah, about 3 weeks before that. So, let's just say summer is going to be crazy with all this besides like TripleMania in September. And then we got this coming up beforehand. This is going to be epic and wild. And I think if you book it right, it's going to be one hell of a great show. Absolutely one hell of a great show. I don't dispute that. I've seen, like I've said, I've followed one commentator on Instagram. She's been to Arena Mexico, and she's shown what it looks like without the crowd and with the crowd, and it's epic. It's incredible, and the matches are out of this world. Doesn't matter if it's AAA or CMLL. It's crazy. It is just absolutely insanity. It's absolute insanity, and I love. And I mean, I'd watch it. I definitely would watch it. Now, I've gotten the hype out of there, so now I'm going to get into some serious talk. Yeah, there was a class action suit filed back in January involving WWE and ESPN, involving streaming and everything like that. Well, there was an update on that, and I have it here from Fightful's Twitter, which is... Turns out the update was the latest filing from the plaintiffs in this suit asked that discovery not be stayed as they argue WWE can't be trusted to preserve evidence pointing to a recent ruling against Nick Khan for destroying evidence. That was in a shareholders lawsuit. So WWE, you really need to seriously start accepting responsibility for fucking over your fans like this. This is probably one of the reasons why promotions like AEW are getting more attention. Not just AEW, but also Major League Wrestling is getting more attention because they're not dealing with the bullshit like this. They're not dealing with that sort of thing. And they're a little bit, you know what? It's probably a good thing because basically It's just insane. And then even more info. Yeah, it's the same thing. Discovery should not be stayed. This should either go to trial or go to arbitration. It's one or the other. Because let's face it, it's just Michael K is saying it would say it way better than me. Well, actually, this is what I say when it comes to WWE and all the shit.
Oh, the failure!
Okay, Cosmo from Fairy Godparents. I get it. And then Mr. Barkley has something to say too. Yeah. Hey, Frank the Tank, you got something to say?
Pointless, dauntless, fucking shit, most godless, fucking gutless, fucking team!
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got more than that. Nick Khan doing this shit. I'm telling you, this is what.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Mm-hmm. Oh, Nick Khan, and I'll get to him later, but I'm going to do this right now. Yeah, we know. Jesus. Oh, and also WWE, when you're doing shit like this.
Make it make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If you're going to talk about bullshit, this is definitely bullshit. You don't screw over your customers like this. I mean, especially, not everyone can get, not everyone can get ESPN Unlimited. I mean, what's the point? You pay for it by itself is a good amount of money. And if, I'll just put it to you this way, because I'm sure what I'm babbling incessant nonsense right now. But let me be clear about one thing. This is absolutely... WWE, you deserve every ounce of pain that is inflicted upon you for your bullshit moves here. It's about Ari Emanuel, TKO. Yeah. That's what I gotta say about that. Now, something else came up. Now, part of this is good. The rest of it is bad. By the way, hi to 101 people watching me live. How are you? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Nice and sunny where I live. Well, it actually turned cloudy. So I have to close my blinds here because I was trying to let more natural light come into this room. But enough of that. Okay, next one. If you love NXT, NXT's Great American Bash is scheduled on the CW for June 28th, and if that date gives you pause, it should. Because ironically, and this is another really shitty booking decision, this time by Shawn Michaels, and Michael K has something to say about it.
Makes sense to me.
If I'm using that sound effect too often, don't worry about it. It's applying to a lot of things. Now, like I said, if June 28th gives you pause, there are reasons why. First of all, AEW Forbidden Door is scheduled for that day. Exactly, KB's Too Much Wrestling in one day, and I haven't even mentioned the other pay-per-view on the day. I haven't said it yet. And the other one, and I'm going to say it right now, TNA Slammiversary. It's gotten to the point TNA's is moved up the start time for Slammiversary, and that pay-per-view is having a hard time selling tickets, amongst other things. And then, of course, we have June 27th, which is the day before. It's a WWE Night of Champions. Wah, wah, wah. Or better yet, I got a better sound effect for that one. Shawn Michaels, why the fuck are you doing it? Who told you to schedule NXT Great American Bash on that day in particular? This is counter-programming. You know the consequences of what happens when you do this. Huh? Is this what this is about? I'm sure that's what your bosses at TKO are saying, that's for sure. And the other thing... Oh. Sorry. Oh, I know I should do this.
RELAX.
I don't feel like it, though. Let's just face it. This is like I said, this is counter-programming, and you damn well know, Shawn Michaels, what the hell happens when this sort of shit happens. You're going to get your ass kicked. It's like KB said in his comments, and I will bring the comment back up, by the way. That's too much wrestling in one day. It is. Yeah, and Great America, yeah, it's not pay-per-view, it's on the CW. And I'm sure executives at the CW KB are going to be like, where are the big ratings we were guaranteed with this? You're not going to get, sorry, CW, you're not going to get any ratings for this because let's face it, it's on the same day as AEW Forbidden Door, which I am guaranteeing is going to be a banger pay-per-view because AEW, like KB likes to say a lot of times when he's in the chat for my show and all that other stuff, it's insulting our intelligence. Where have I heard you say that before, KB? Don't answer that, but don't answer. Oh, shit. But Shawn Michaels, fuck you. Shame on you. I know the right effect to describe this in the whole fucking situation. Right here.
Clown show, clown show, clown show, clown show.
Yeah, you booked a fucking clown show. Ugh. Oh, fucking hell. That's nuts. It's just nuts. Shawn Michaels, you're a WWE Hall of Famer. Now to get off this, and now I'm going to get to a topic that really I think I'm infuriated me above and beyond literally everything. So, I know the banner. It's right here. 1 second. Here it is.
What?
Yeah, there's that. And I'm probably going to be using this a lot, so here we go. Yeah, in an interview with the Sports Business Journal, WWE CEO Nick Khan said that the main event for WrestleMania 40 never changed.
If we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
You're ass, Nick Khan.
Because he's a raw pain in the ass.
Need I say more? Oh, wait. Yeah, I can, actually.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop you fucking lying.
Ugh. Now, if you know the story, and I do very, very well, because I was just as upset as anybody else when this happened. So after winning the Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes supposedly gave up his title shot to allow for what people have been wanting for years. And that's Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania. Where I got this? What next? KB, I hope to God not. I hope an NXT pay-per-view is not on August 30th. Because there is another wrestling show on that day. It's called All In. It's called All In. I know you're trying to lighten my mood, KB. This topic is serious. Now, I already mentioned the first part of this. In an interview with the Sports Business Journal, WWE CEO Nick Khan said that the WrestleMania 40 main event never changed. I have the quote right here. And he goes, by the way, the plan was always how it ended up in Philly 2 years ago. It's a predetermined outcome in wrestling. You want to throw the fans off. You want to let things bake. And then boom, it ends up the way that we wanted to end up. It never changed. That was just online rumors and gossip that we were changing. It never changed. We convinced Dwayne Johnson to come back. He's on our board of directors. It was a tag team match. He's about the same age as I am. So 2 years ago, let's say he was 50. He was obviously in phenomenal shape. He did everything that we asked of him and then some. But that was always the result we're looking for.
What?
I'm a dumbass.
Heartless, gutless, fucking shit, most godly, fucking gutless, fucking team.
Emotional damage.
Oh, and furthermore, Nick Khan.
Stay off the weed.
And also,
was on crack.
Yeah. Also, Nick Khan, someone else has something to say about you.
You suck.
Okay. Let's be clear about one thing, and I'm going to be straight up honest. This is absolute total bullshit. He's a lying sack of shit.
Oh my God.
Ugh. I'm going to tell you, reading that infuriated me. It just angered me. The only con I respect is Tony. He's not perfect. Absolutely. I mean, let's face it. Tony Khan, yeah, he and his family own Fulham FC in Premier League soccer. They own the Jacksonville Jaguars in the NFL. But Tony Khan has a high level of knowledge in wrestling because he's been a fan probably his whole life since he was a kid. And he probably takes that fan knowledge and what he probably like a lot of what ifs, like what would happen if I booked a match this way? What if happened if I booked it that way? He gets it. He understands it. He came in and I don't think he knew anything about the wrestling business, but he's learned about it so much. Excuse me. And it's getting this product right now is 10 times better than what the shit WWE's been putting out for a while. So for Nick Khan, now back to this. For Nick Khan, a former sports agent, doesn't know shit, to say that this was predetermined, that's insulting the intelligence of those of us fans who tweeted out the hashtag We Want Cody after that Friday episode of SmackDown in 2024 after Cody had won the Royal Rumble. I know there were fans out there who wanted The Rock versus Roman. They were trying to just, kind of deter fans from like, look, listen to what Cody said. He said this awesome. We're like, that doesn't matter. Winning the Royal Rumble means you get a chance at a championship and a main event at WrestleMania. Cody earned it. Now, I know there are those out there saying it was supposed to be Seth versus Cody for the World Heavyweight title, but Cody had unfinished business with Roman Reigns. That's why the end of the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match, and you see Cody up there, he's pointing at Roman. He's not pointing at Seth Rollins. That should have clearly told you what the intention was. That we were going to get that match at WrestleMania. But what I think happened was a lot of politicking involved. The Rock knew what a certain portion of the IWC of pro wrestling fans have wanted, him versus Roman, because it had been widely talked about for years. But there were those of us who said, no, Cody won the Rumble. Cody deserves the chance to main event WrestleMania. He deserves the chance to face Roman Reigns, not Seth Rollins, for the championship that he wants. That's why there was over 4,600 signatures on a change.org petition. I signed it. I was one of God knows how many people out there who were tweeting the hashtag, We Want Cody. Who knew WrestleMania 40 was the best it was going to get from a story aspect? Absolutely. And I think what we wrestling fans who love Cody think the world of him, respect him enormously, and think he deserved that opportunity after he lost at WrestleMania 39 the year before. We felt he deserved it. And you saw, crowd reactions, whether it was Raw, SmackDown, live events, people were chanting his name. People wanted him to main event. And for Nick Khan to pretty much downplay it, claim it, oh, that was all planned the whole time. Bullshit. That is bullshit. The plan, in my opinion, and I'm sure there are others out there who will dispute this, it was supposed to be Rock versus Roman for the championship, night 2 WrestleMania. Fans such as me, various other people that I know on social media that I've talked to about this, we knew what the right outcome should be. Cody Rhodes holding that undisputed WWE championship. Us fans got what we wanted because we spoke up and we said, you know what? Fuck you, Nick Khan and all the other folks in the top brass of WWE. Fuck you. We know what we want. And if we have to sign petitions, tweet out hashtags, make signs, go to the events, whether it's live events, Raw, SmackDown, we're going to make our voices heard. yes, night one, the main event was you had Rock and Roman teaming up against Seth and Cody in a tag team match to determine what kind of match night 2 was going to be. And we got the Bloodline rules. And it was for me personally, it was one of the most exciting matches I've ever honestly watched. Very exciting. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. For Nick Khan to completely disregard this, even after a documentary came out, which you can still find on YouTube, called Beyond the Curtain, which I've watched, and I feel like there were certain parts of it that should have allowed Cody to say more than he did. Get ready, we're going to get Rock versus Roman. Yeah, and that's a match I am probably going to skip, KB, because that match is probably going to happen like several years too. It's going to happen several years before it was actually supposed to. I'm not going to watch that. So, Nick Khan, you fucking asshole. I hate you. I think you are a scumbag. Yes, he sounds like roaster wrestler. Don't worry, I'm getting to it. I have more harsher words for who's in that segment. This is you. And also, this is you as well, Nick Khan.
we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
You are, yeah. And this. Mm-hmm. Yep. Nick Khan. You can go you can take your comments and you can go fuck yourself. Okay? I think I've made myself clear on this topic. I'm going to get off it before I go into a full rage rant, and it's not going to be very pleasant. Yes, fire Nick Khan. If I were in charge of WWE, KB, and I saw what he said, I'm like, Nick Khan, here's your pig slip, bitch. Get the fuck out. Now on to something else. Looks like TNA's having some issues because it turns out wrestler Myla Grace, I guess things are not working out for her in TNA because she asked for and was granted her release from the company. So, sorry, WWE as a whole is asked for. Yeah, they are. They are, KB. Well, I think Cam Ward said it better.
we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Yes, they are, KB. We're going to get back to here. Myla Grace, she's a wrestler for TNA. She was granted her release from the company. As someone who doesn't watch a high amount of TNA, I'm not aware of who she is. I should be slapped for that, by the way. I should definitely be slapped, by the way.
RELAX.
Mm-hmm. I should relax. But it's probably leading to questions like, what do you do? Where does she go from here on out? Does she go to, say, for example, AEW, or maybe gets Ring of Honor, where I think, they really need to build up their women's division there? Because, well, then again, if you do that, you're probably going to feed her to Athena, and I'm going to mention Athena next. Oh, God. I mean, I wish Myla Grace best of luck. Literally, anyway, she can go to Defy or Pro Wrestling Eve, where she can go up against one person who recently got released from WWE who's over there, Kaylee Ray. I mean, that would be something. It would definitely be something. And now I wish my friend Bobby was here because he would tell me, because he is a big women's wrestling fan, and he would probably give me ideas of Myla Grace, as I feel like a total dumbass right now. That I'm actually going to look her up on Wikipedia real quick. I am so sorry. So, and my spell check fucking sucks. So I'm trying to find Myla. Yeah, so she's an Irish wrestler, the current reigning over-the-top women's champion in that promotion. So she's probably going to go back there. She's probably going to go back to the British Independence, or she could go to Marigold, which ironically, she could go back there. Rossi Ogawa, by the way, I heard he's a total slime. So, get Stardom, yeah, I'm sure she shows Stardom. I'm sure that's another place she can go. Or, yeah, here's the thing. One of the big things she She was at No Surrender and competed in a Knockouts Battle Royal for a championship, but the Jody Threat won that one. So I'm sure it was she got frustrated with how things were going and decided to go elsewhere. She could do Pro Wrestling Eve would be something. She could try that. You could probably Progress Wrestling. I'm sure Big Damo and Nikki Cross can really, I'm having a hard time talking right now. More of this stuff, by the way. ETB needs a sponsorship from a brand deal with Mountain Dew. That would be really something. Ugh. Oh, the New Japan. The LA Dojo would be great for it too. Yeah, absolutely. That would be something. Major League Wrestling. Hey, there's another one for you. So that's definitely going to be something here. Now, another thing came up as I take the banner off here. Another thing came up. I got to say hi to 110 people watching. Hi. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, like I said before, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I'm going to put this up. Oh my God. I have mentioned Athena. I have roasted Athena. And now she's going to put her Ring of Honor Women's World title on the line at Global Wars Cincinnati, June 18th against Sayuri. If I got her name wrong, please don't hurt me. I mean, and this Global Wars is going to be, and I have to read this as fine print, Ring of Honor, CMLL, and Stardom. This Global Wars event taking place in Cincinnati. So, pardon me. I mean, we probably, if something's going to have to happen, either if this is where Athena has to drop the title, then yeah, that would make it easier for her to make it to, if say she does win the Owen Hart Cup tournament and gets to go up against Tekla, because it's starting to look more and more like it's going to be Tekla who's going to walk into All In as the AEW Women's World Champion. Athena would have, as far as I'm concerned, I've never liked Athena being in the Owen Hart Cup tournament because she's still holding a title. It doesn't make sense. But if she does make it and does face Tekla, I think the one thing you got to do before that happens is you got to have Athena drop the goddamn belt. She needs to drop it. That way, I don't think she needs additional pressure put on her, and then also the match doesn't need to be changed into a winner takes all situation, because we've kind of seen those winner take all type matches like WrestleMania 35, for example. That main event was a winner take all. And yeah, it wasn't exactly the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time. It did have the desired winner that I think a lot of fans wanted, which was Becky Lynch. But this Global War Cincinnati event, I think I would probably say you probably have Athena drop the belt. That may be the best thing to do. And that way she can go up against Tekla if that is the plan. I don't think it is based on Mercedes Moné coming back Wednesday night on Dynamite against Alex Windsor in their Owen Hart Cup tournament quarterfinal match. So there's that. Another big one that happened. And ironically, this was like last minute, kind of last minute. Now, last night at Break the Walls Down, which is an event with Beyond Wrestling, MJF was supposed to face a wrestler named Bobby Orlando, but because he injured his knee in his world title match against Rush on Dynamite, MJF got injured. Hopefully it's not too bad, because that could really fuck up the story they're currently telling in AEW concerning the Owen Hart Cup tournament and Will Ospreay, who I will still stand by this probably till I'm blue in the face, which is Ospreay is probably going to be who dethrones Max if Max's knee injury is not severe. Ospreay is probably going to be one to defeat Max. Now, last night, I think this was in Providence, Rhode Island, and a friend of mine caught some video. Andrade El Idolo actually beat Bobby Orlando for, I think, the Beyond Wrestling title, I think it is. And so, I gotta be honest, that's pretty damn good for a debut with an indie wrestling company like that. You have a big name like Andrade El Idolo come in for another big name who's injured. And apparently, results in success. So I'm glad for Andrade. Yes, he has become a massive hit with the ladies. Yes, I'm still seeing the selfies. Andrade, come on. I know you're a single man. 3 facts of life: death, taxes, and Athena wins. Oh God, don't remind me. Don't remind me, KP. Okay, back to Andrade. Okay, Andrade, I know you were a single man. All these women that keep showing up, whether it's Dynamite tapings, whether you're having matches in Collision, Beyond Wrestling's Break the Walls Down, any of these women you're taking selfies with, showing you are a real Latino man, ask them out on a date. Take them out on a date. Take them out to a nice restaurant, wine them and dine them. Nothing crazy. Just take them out on a date. Take one of them out on a date. Like, who is the prettiest out of all these ladies you're taking selfies with, Andrade, huh? Sorry. He's a bit off topic. Because let's face it, Andrade is playing up the Latino man, ladies man sort of thing. Sort of gimmick. And my friend who got some video of him at the event posted on her Instagram stories, yes, it was ironically from behind, and he's showing off how great his butt looks in white pants. Shit, I'm a 50-year-old woman who's married, and I'm talking about a dude from Mexico whose ass looks great in white pants. All right. Get my head out of the fucking gutter. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done with this topic. I'm so fucking done with it. Shit. I'm gonna give me a moment. Here, let's see if I can find something. Here, Aaron Rodgers, help me.
RELAX.
Thank you. Little sip of this. Go Knights, go, by the way. And by the way, New York Knicks kick ass in Game 3. Thank you. I'm going to get to a big thing. A very big thing. It's coming up to the good part. Yes, my wrestler of the week. Surfs up. Sol Ruca. Kind of know her story a little bit. She's former gym. She is an incredible performer in the ring. She used to be a gymnast. She incorporates gymnastics moves into her skill set in the ring. Look, she's not perfect. Nobody is, but she just has this kind of chill, cool vibe to her that I think is really awesome. And if you watched Clash in Italy, the women's really Calix Harmony Hampton is your new women's intercontinental champion, beating Sol Ruca. She has, of course, like I mentioned, she's insane in the ring. Like, her incorporating her gymnastics moves into her skill set is brilliant, by the way. And, let's face it. She's awesome, Like I said, she has that cool, very chill vibe about her. Her character is kind of a surfer type, but she will admit she's not the best surfer in the world, but this is a woman who majored human physiology at the University of Oregon, her alma mater, and then, she's I'm so happy about her I can barely talk. But, she's a former NXT Women's North American Champion. She's a former Women's Speed Champion. Former Facts Life Tootsie Chip. When are we traveling back to the 80s here? Oh my god. Okay, KB. I can't take this off. I'm sorry. Sol Ruca. She's a former NXT Women's North American Champion, former Women's Speed Champion, current Women's Intercontinental title winner, champion. She beat Becky Lynch. I mean, Becky's crying in her espresso or limoncello or latte or cappuccino, or the meal she's eating al fresco, outdoor eating. She probably isn't enjoying Capri right now because Sol Ruca's got her precious belt. Yeah, it's Sol Ruca. is freaking awesome. She had a great tech. What now? What now? You take the good, take the bad, take them both, and there you have Triple H. Is it wrong that I know what KB is talking about here when he's taking the lyrics to the theme song to the old 80s sitcom Facts of Life and he's twisting it and making it absolutely friggin' hilarious? You gotta love it, though. But Sol Ruca, she's awesome. She's cool. I ordered one of her shirts. It should be coming in. I probably will be wearing it next week. You never know. Even though this is what I'm wearing right now. Yeah, I have too many CM Punk shirts. I mean, I'm sorry. What can I do? It was cool. I couldn't help myself. But back to Sol Ruca. She did team up with Zarya. They did compete for the women's tag team titles. Should they have won them? Yeah, I think so. Do I think the Zarya's heel turn should pull the trigger when it did? You know what? No, but that's for another time. But Sol Ruca has risen above it. Sure, she's not perfect. Yeah, I know. I saw the part where she botched her finisher called the Soul Snatcher, which, by the way, fucking coolest finisher I think I've ever seen. The way she jumps off the ropes and gets the height in there to execute it as well as she does when her foot doesn't slip off the rope. But I think she just has so much potential. Could she be a women's world champion at some point along the line? Yeah, I think so. If, she keeps playing her cards right, avoids injury, that sort of thing. I think Sol Ruca's on her way. I really do think she's on her way. And yeah, was annoyed that she's in the Queen of the Ring tournament due to the fact that she holds a belt. She holds a championship. But I would like to see her progress and have a good showing in this tournament that continues to show is how incredible she is. Sure, promo-wise, could she be a little bit more aggressive on the mic? I think what she's doing, it works for her. She doesn't have to sound aggressive or forceful or anything. She could just sound the way she normally does. It just comes, she just needs to keep being herself. And that's really, I think, the main thing that I think WWE sometimes forgets when it comes to these in-ring, their wrestlers. When it comes to their in-ring characters, they want to infuse they want to infuse as much of their own personality as they can to really make the character come across as authentic. And I think if they do that, if they keep letting Sol Ruca be authentic and all that, then I think she's going to go a long way. I really think she has a long way. She's going to go an absolute long way on this. So Sol Ruca, madam. Since I will probably be wearing your shirt on Saturday next week, so it's gonna be awesome. I think things are looking up for her, and I think she's definitely a star. So Sol Ruca, my wrestler of the week. Now, in the history of this show, I have roasted tag teams. I have mainly roasted individuals in this segment, but the more I thought about it, I thought, how in the roast a wrestler segment, how do I challenge myself? That's the one thing. Tony, what you talking about, KB? Tony Khan thinks different strokes. We're going back in a time machine here. Holy shit. Oh my God. I'm just going to get to the one part of the show. Oh God. I said, how do I want to challenge myself here in terms of roast a wrestler? What have I not done? I've done a tag team. I mainly do individuals. I haven't done a trio yet, but now I'm doing something really unprecedented here. Yeah, roast a wrestler I'm roasting the whole fucking Don Callis family. Like the Judgment Day in WWE, the Don Callis family in AEW needs to fucking die! Run by a dude who, I'm not sure how many people remember ECW. He used to be called Cyrus the Virus. Don Callis. Check his Twitter handle, The Invisible Hand. What the fuck? Fucking sicko. This guy, every time he's on commentary, I want to stab an ice pick through my ears, because I can't stand listening to him. He's assembled what started off as this little faction that made people go, "Oh, great, another faction AEW." Lee! No, it's just getting, it's manifesting, it's evolving, it's growing, it's mutating. And the latest member of the Don Callis family is a dude I roasted last week, Kevin the Jet Knight, the current TNT champion. Hey, Kev, I've got to tell you something here, dude. I think you are just a replacement for Konosuke Takeshita, who they booted, due to him winning the international championship from Kanuchika Okada, another Don Callis family member. You're just replacing Takeshita because Takeshita got his ass booted, and now he's trying to beat the holy living shit out of Kyle Fletcher. So don't get too comfortable. But you have people like Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, Roppongi Vice as they're called. They're not doing anything except being lackeys. If you watched, what? We know a fan is better than Don Callis. Yes! Yes, we do, KB. We do. We do. We do. But we probably would have the Don Callis family's number on that one there. But if you watched Dynamite on Wednesday, and I keep bringing this episode up, but it was pretty exciting. Will Ospreay going up against his former United Empire pal and another member of the Don Callis family, Mark Davis, the current national champion, in a pretty awesome fight. If the Death Riders, who, by the way, probably will be the next faction I decide to annihilate at some point down the line, you're going to have to at some point, but, let's face it, the Don Callis family attempted to make sure Mark Davis won that Owen Hart Cup semifinal match that they had, but if the Death Riders had not come in, then you know what? Ospreay wouldn't be in the finals waiting to see who wins between Swerve Strickland and Brody King. But the Don Callis family, look, they meddle, they poach talent, and amongst other things. And also, they unfortunately do business with a total ass slime ball. Yeah, I'm going to call him a scumbag. I'm going to call him a fucking scumbag. And someone else I have roasted on the show, and that's Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Yes, KB, Don Callis family, IWC fan, blame guts. Yes, give me the double rings. Give me the steel cage. Give me all the toys. Give me nails on a big giant piece of plywood. Give me kendo sticks, fire extinguishers, lighters, gas cans, you name it. I want it. I would fucking pay this. I would pay good money for that, by the way. But holy shit. But let's be clear. Don Callis, yes, you are a good commentator. You're good on the mic, but you are an absolute dick. So I'm sure behind the scenes you're awesome, and you obviously have a backstage role, whether it's producing, whether it's production, whether it's in the front office, whatever it is, Don Callis. I'm not taking credit away from what you have accomplished in your career since you walked away from professional wrestling as an in-ring performer. Yes, you have gathered a massive amount of talent. I've mentioned multiple ones. Even throughout the course of this show, I've mentioned like Andrade El Idolo. Another one as part of the Don Callis family. Let's just face it. Do I think this faction needs to absolutely die? Yes, I do. You've already got Takeshita, the current international champion, out of the Don Callis family, and like I said, he's fighting Kyle Fletcher. Then you have all this other shit going on. Look, eventually this faction's going to completely fall apart, and you're all going to be off doing your own thing, and you won't know what to do with yourselves. Except maybe a few exceptions. I mentioned Takeshita. I think he's going to do phenomenal on his own. Excuse me. Kyle Fletcher, clearly a star. I've roasted him on this show, but I still think he's got the potential to be a star. He just needs to break away from this faction. Because I feel like it's not doing him any good being a part of a faction when he can be a badass heel on his own. Okada, there was no need to add him to the mix. Mark Davis, forget it. I'm not going to go. Roppongi Vice, Trent, Beretta, Rocky Romero, get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out. But I'm thinking, Don Callis family, just fucking die. That's all I gotta say. Just fucking die. Oh, boy. Yeah, I wasn't lying when I said I had a lot to say. Boy, did I have a lot to say. Okay, there is your ticker. Of course, you follow the show, follow this network. You can follow me. Another one, follow this show, Between the Ropes, at BTRATP on social media. And of course, the big one is youtube.com/ETP Network. We are getting closer to 4,000 watch hours. Check out like this coming Monday and get post show after Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Nick Morgeson, Johnny Montalbano is going to be there. More press row. If you watched the Red Alert emergency episode from last night, Nick and Callan McClurg had a lot to say concerning, Brandon Sorsby and Texas Tech, all that other stuff. And it was a lot more. Like I said, I'll do one more thing in case you were not aware of it. Sunday morning is for more than just coffee. It's for the hottest takes and sharpest analysis in the game. Join Zan Bando for Zan Zingers Part 2 every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. We're moving past the box scores to find the real stories, from the heavy hitters in the UFC octagon to the hardwood of the NBA and the rising stars of the collegiate landscape. Ooh. Whether it's the breakdown of the bad blood in a heated rivalry or the tactical clash of a championship matchup, Zan delivers the truth without a filter. Get your Sunday started with the insight you won't find anywhere else, only on the Empty the Bench Network. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ETP Network. There you go. So now that I got all that, is going to be great. I want to thank everyone, like 115 people. I know we're watching me live. I see 113. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you folks next week with a brand new episode of Between the Ropes. See you folks next week.